Hello YouTube, my name is Chris and I'm also known as Dan Summers on Facebook and Truth Seeker Transport LLC. Anyways, today I'm going to give you an overall view of the differences in hydrogen systems and how to run pretty much any engine on hydrogen. So anyways, with that in mind, I'd like to let you know that there's a difference between onboard production and offboard production. In other words, hydrogen can be made from any sort of electrical device, and it can be either made and stored or it can be made and burned. With that being said, my emphasis is on onboard production, where it's instantly made and then instantly used. That's going to be the most safest and efficient way to do it. So now that we've covered that, then also the need to understand that when you're looking at a setup for your home, then you can store this hydrogen gas for alternative uses, many different uses. Safety has to be considered, so on and so forth when you're doing that. And you have to do more research on that. But you can store it in like propane tanks and that sort of thing for heating your home, for your water heaters, stuff like that. But there's many other alternatives to doing that. This is just one possible thing that you could do. So when it comes to onboard production systems, there has to be many things that are taken into consideration. Since I started researching this in 2007, what I've come to find out is that the best systems out there are going to have cooling systems, they're going to have frequency adjustments, and they're going to be of higher quality, more like industrial grade type of applications. So in my recommendation, if you're going to buy a unit, you want to buy a unit that will produce up to 100,000 liters per minute, that you can adjust that and lock that setting into place so you won't produce too much, you won't produce not enough. So if you're going to run an industrial grade hydrogen production system on your vehicle, number one, that unit's probably going to weigh about 150 pounds, something like that, and you're going to have to secure it, and you're going to have to mount it up. I recommend that you wire it directly to your alternator with an on-off switch, but you want it to go through the ignition switch as well, because when you turn that vehicle on and off, when you turn the vehicle off, it should automatically shut off. But you don't want it to automatically turn on when you turn the key on, because if you do that, then the production will start and you might not have even started the vehicle. So you got to be safe, and so you have to have it set up the right way so where it only comes on after the vehicle's started. Okay, so then you can even put a delay in there. But another thing to keep in mind is you need some sort of flashback to prevent water from getting into your system, and to prevent the hydrogen to come back from your system. But basically, you'll hook it up to a power source, a 12-volt power source, and you want to have a clear tube of some sort so you can see activity going on through it that will go into your oxygen intake. You want to make sure that it has a cooling system, and you know, most of these units should already come with simple to install instructions. They're not that difficult to install. Now, with that being said, some units that you buy are going to be rated at like 110 watts or maybe 220 alternating current. So if you're going to do that and install it on your vehicle, then you're going to have some sort of inverter system set up. Or you can purchase smaller industrial grade units that already have it set up to run on direct current, 12 volts. But there's different applications and different setups, so just make sure you're getting the right one. If you're going to install it on a small vehicle, medium-sized vehicle, you probably want to start out about 10 liters per minute, something like that. And you don't want to go too overboard to run it 100% on hydrogen. What you want to do is maybe keep it about 50%, maybe 60%. And the reason for that is because a lot of these fuels come with some sort of an oil base to them to keep your rings moist. When you're burning hydrogen, it burns hotter, it burns cleaner. So it'll clean your rings, but you don't want them so clean that they're not going to be well lubricated. You don't want them to dry out. And so that will help your engine and system run cooler, keeping your engine clean, but not so clean that it's not well lubricated. So, and you might need to use an additive. But, so those are the two different types of hydrogen systems. And so you've got onboard production, and then you've got offboard production, where you have like a hydrogen or a gas plant that you can, fuel station that you can go to and actually purchase it. But we're trying to break the chains of enslavement, so we're trying to go with the fastest way to get your power for your vehicle, and the most efficient way to do it, the safest way to do it, and how it'll save you the most money possible when running any vehicle. So that's pretty much the main thing that I wanted to cover in this video, was just letting people know that there is a difference in the systems, and both have their benefits. When you're going with a offboard production system, you got to store the fuel, and an onboard is simply burning it right as soon as it's made. So those are the two differences, and I thought that was important for everybody to understand. So if you like what the subject is about and what it is that we're trying to accomplish here, then I request that you subscribe and hit the bell notification, so each time I upload a new video, you'll be the first to know. Thanks a lot, and God bless.